Some people, some people, I'm not afraid of anything. I don't owe anybody anything. And I'm not always afraid recording my meetings. Anybody can quote me anywhere and say whatever they want to say. But I believe for those who are in this meeting today, the things you're going to hear, the things I'm going to share with you, should be able to guide you, going forward in the online space. It should help you. That's why I always tell people seek knowledge first. Okay? AGT is not the only business I do. I do a lot of online businesses. Some happen this way, but I take calculated risks because we never can tell which one will pay off. Okay? But there are businesses I've been in the past 3-4 years ago, and they're still there and they are paying on daily basis. I'm not here to talk about those businesses, but I also want to say this. A lot of us here, when we join these businesses, it's not that we don't know or we don't have the feeling that this could be a scam, but it's just natural to want to try things out. And naturally, everyone has this, there's this greed in everyone, in humans. And if you see something that fuels that greed or that amplifies it, and you jump into it, the greed, it will grow. It will grow, definitely. It happens like that. When I join a platform or join a system, the first things I do is to learn and study how that system works. But I'm going to tell you today that there are a lot of people who joined this platform that didn't even learn or try to understand how the system works. And I myself am even shocked at the amount of money some people invested in the system. Of course, AGT said don't invest more than 10% of your income, but I know some people invested their life savings. Some of these things are things we've thought about, but you never can stop people from doing what they want to do. And all I always do and tell people is I teach them to take responsibility of whatever it is they want to do or get into. So with that being said, let me move on to what I want to share with us. There's been a lot of stories flying around. AGT is gone, AGT is this and all that. The site is down. It's not even under maintenance again. The Telegram group is locked. Admins in the Telegram group have been removed and all that. I dropped a voice note in the group, and there's a reason why I dropped that voice note. Okay? And I couldn't share certain things in the voice note. And I can see the participants in this meeting, and I can tell who they are. I can even tell those who are joining this meeting for the first time, okay? Because I can see everybody's name, and I know those who are in this meeting. Some people might be logged out, and when you're logged out, you may not be able to join back if maybe you receive a call or something knocked you off. That's why I always tell people download the Google Meet app. If you're connecting through the app, you may not be logged out, but if you're connecting through your email, you'll be logged out at some point and you may not be able to come back. So in the AGT Nigerian group, the CEO is in that group. A lot of people don't know he's there. some people may know is in that group. In my last update, I pleaded with people to be patient and be calm. I had my reasons. I'm not here, like I've always said, to speak for anyone. And if I must tell you the truth, the way the CEO has acted in the last couple of days doesn't show good sign of leadership, and it doesn't show that he's a man of integrity. Okay? For me, I expected that by now he should have held a meeting or a global meeting and addressed the community. But like I've always said, we never can tell. We can only trust one based on how far we know them or what they say they are. People can change overnight. And whoever you thought they were, they change from that and become something else. Now, I've heard a lot of things that some Nigerian ambassadors, people who were championing AGT, okay, or people who had close access or maybe hold meetings from time to time with the CEO, representing different countries, wasn't just Nigerians, people from other countries as well. There's this allegation that some of those people, especially from Nigeria, have been going behind and saying bad things about AGT and also, bad things about the CEO. And I don't know for what reason. And they said some of these people were saying these things. There's a rival company that we all know. It started before AGT, but when AGT came out, most of the members in that platform moved to AGT. And that platform has been on lockdown now for, maybe going to 3 weeks now, or maybe 2 weeks plus. And they are also on maintenance and all that. And I've also come across and I've seen or listened to voice notes and also seen posts from the rival company, particularly from the CEO of that rival company, about AGT. But AGT has not been doing anything or saying anything bad against any other company. But that company has been in the forefront, saying bad things about AGT. I also learned that the CEO, took some of these people, or so-called ambassadors, or people who are close to him. He respected them or took them close. And maybe there are certain things, he discusses or shares with them. And he has always made them understand that AGT is not a scam. But of course, a lot of people have witnessed things, have seen things over the years, and how businesses like this go down and they never come up. So that fear is always there. Not everyone might be loyal. Some people might, some people might just, not be able to keep certain things. Or some people might even be in the system to spy for another network or another system. Okay? So, I've heard a lot. And I also heard it was as a result of this, he decided to disband the group, ban the admins, and is no longer communicating with anyone, not even the ambassadors. Okay, I dropped a message to the CEO because I I know he's in the group, his WhatsApp number is there. I sent him a private message, sent him a voice note. And in my voice note, I made him understand that he needs to address the community. If actually what everyone is saying about AGT is not true, he should come out and be bold enough to address the community. Okay? And that will go a long way to make people know and understand that truly he's a man of his word. But he has not done that, and I don't know when he's going to do that. Whether he's going to do it or not, I can't tell. That's the most I can do. I don't know him from anywhere. I don't know him from Adam, but I can give my own advice. The truth is that this world is a very small place. And anyone that feels they can do just about anything and get away with it, fine. But one of the things I want to say to us here this morning is this. AGT may be gone, or maybe AGT is gone and may never come back. AGT may come back, may come back. I can never tell. But for me as a person, I'm going to wait out the so-called 15 business days while I go about other things that I do and see what is going to happen. For some of us, we have already concluded in our minds or given up that it's gone, is gone. Okay? I also feel that way. Okay? And I believe it's gone. All the signs and everything we're seeing shows that it's gone. But we never can tell. Anything can always happen. Okay? And that's what change is. He may come back and decide to change the narrative or prove everybody wrong and say, oh, I've always said this and all that. Then I also want to say this. Like I said, you can take this or you can just dismiss it. But I've heard a lot of things in this past few days. The other thing is also that there's a leadership issue or crisis within AGT. Okay? And this issue and this crisis, okay, is between the CEO and someone else that we probably don't know. Of course, we know that no one can work a system like this alone. They partner with other people or they have a team they work with. So the whole payment issue that was supposed to start on the 60th day, which was supposed to be a statement for AGT, that did not take place. And then we started hearing stories, we started hearing, issues or things with Gateway not being able to pay and all that. Okay, so what I've come to learn, or what I know, is that someone else handles the Gateway. Tok-Peh, you're making me laugh. You're smiling, so you're making me laugh. Someone else handles the Gateway, okay? And then the CEO handles the trading because he built the system. He knows the system and all that. So there's division of labor. Now, between him and the person who handles the Gateway, they're having issues. He, on his own part, is willing to pay and is ready to approve payments. But the person who is in charge of the gateway or who handles that to ensure that all payments go through and all that, has not allowed those payments to go through. Okay, and it has to do with issue of, maybe money, either what they have both agreed or on, maybe a sharing formula and all that. It's possible that the CEO means well and wants the system to continue, but it's also possible that other people working with him may not want that to happen. And he is pissed off, is angry because without the robot, without him, the system cannot make money. And the other person is also saying, without me, payments cannot go through. So it's like two elephants fighting at the moment. We don't know where this will end. So there's also a possibility, because in everything, there might be a truth in his update. It might also be a lie. That they need 15 business days to integrate, into the new payment gateway. It's possible that he has decided on his own that if this person does not want to allow funds to go out, that he will get a new payment gateway that he is going to use. Of course, as we all know, and as it's said, that the funds are in Binance. He got a Binance liquidity approval, and these funds are domiciled in Binance. So it's possible that he has an upper hand, but because the other person does not want things to work out, the person is also trying to truncate things or let there be chaos in the system. Even if he's going to move ahead to now want to do things on his own alone, it's left for him. Because sometimes I think deep and I ask myself, how would someone build a system with over maybe 2 million, 4 million users, and at the end of the day, just want such a system to crumble? And if this person has a plan going forward into the future, crypto, as we all know, to build a crypto community or for a crypto business to be successful, you need a large community. So what if he actually means well? We don't know, but I can't speak for him. That's why I've called him out and I've asked him to address the community. That's the most I can do. Whether he decides to disappear from there or not listen to anybody again is left for him. That is what will define him and who he is, or the kind of person that he is. So whatever is going on, I am not drawing up a conclusion at the moment. I still want to give the benefit of doubt. I'll wait out 15 business days and see what happens. Or even before that 15 business days, let me see what he intends to do or what he might do. Okay? It's also easy to migrate a platform to another system and maybe give it a new name with the same data, everything. It's possible. Okay? If he wants to terminate the old system and set up a new one, I don't know. But all these things are possible. It all depends on him as a person, what he wants to do or what he's willing to do. You see, one thing I always say is this. Like I say, it's a small world. If he feels he can do this to people and get away with it. It's not true. There's a reward waiting for him somewhere. Okay? So for me, I just want the community to be patient. If you belong to this community, be patient, but go about other things. Look for other things to do in the meantime. 15 business days is quite a time, okay? And it's almost close, it's almost a month. So in that period, what would you be doing? Look for other things to do. Engage yourself with other things. Don't go sitting down thinking or brooding about what is happening. Then I also want to sound a warning. You see, sometimes we might advise people or tell people things or what they should do, but at the end of the day, they always end up doing what they want to do and not even listen to what you tell them, okay, to do. There are people in this system, in this platform, that most people, you even know them or think that they don't have money, and you expect that they invest, little in a platform like this. But it's when things like this happen that you get to hear that those same people you thought had nothing, or some that you were even trying to help, you now get to find out that these people put in as much as $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 in this platform. And you are not even aware of it. You're not even aware that they put in such money. But all you just know is that they are investors. But it's when things like this happen that you get to know. See, this is the truth, and it's the absolute truth. And I'm not mincing words. There are platforms that are legit, paying 1% daily, and not more than that. There are even some paying 0.5%, consistent. They've been there over the years. Some of us, or most of us here, know those platforms. But the truth is, we would never put good money in those platforms. But we will always put more money in a platform that promises to pay 5%, 10%, 15%, or whatsoever. Okay, this also shows who you are as a person, your risk appetite, your greed appetite, and what you want to do. That's why we always say, don't take our word for it. Do your own research. Be comfortable with what you want to do. Own up to what you do. Take responsibility at the end of the day. Okay? Take responsibility. You see, let me tell you, a rich man will always get richer by the day. Because one, they learn how to take risks, but they also take calculated risks. And believe me, Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, those people might be the richest people in the world. But if you share an opportunity with them where they can make more money, if you show them a system that is consistent and pays 0.2, 0.5% daily, they can decide to put $1 billion there and earn more money daily. But if you show them a system that pays 3%, 5%, 4%, or 2%, they may not even invest in that platform. People who are rich today and have made a fortune, wealth is built layer upon layer. It takes time to build wealth. It's not an overnight thing. We should understand this, and we should come into this space, the online space, with this mentality, because there are a lot of scams out there. And believe me, I'm telling you this, if AGT is truly gone, another system starts tomorrow or comes up tomorrow and promises the same thing that AGT is doing or has done or has been paying, people will still troop there and leave the legit platforms. Like I said in my training yesterday, I said, there are certain businesses I may not be able to share with certain people. You know the reason why? Because they are not willing to learn. For me, it's the learning first, it's the education. Learn and understand before you invest. Because everybody needs knowledge in this space. If not, somebody can put $1 million in a scam platform today and the platform closes tomorrow. Last year, during the days of IPC, I know of someone who lost $1.5 million in IPC. And not just IPC, they lost in other platforms as well. A lot of us lost money. But the truth is that if you're after platforms like this and you always want to invest, make sure that you have something else, something solid that is generating money for you. In this online space, most people who are educated in this space, they tread gently, they invest little, and then they leverage on other people's efforts to earn. And they grow their business, build that business. And even if anything happens tomorrow, they can tell you, okay, I really didn't lose anything. I just leveraged on the system. I didn't put much. And let me also say this to us. A lot of us here, I'm telling you, 99% of everyone who invested in AGT did not cash out. It's just about 1% of people that cashed out of the system. And even the few that cashed out, they still put back that money into the system. A lot of people kept compounding to the 60th day and expected they would withdraw on that 60th day. And what happened, happened. Some even made back their investment capital in 15 days, pulled it out, and put back everything again. They just wanted to test if they could withdraw. They put everything back. Some, a few, kept some to themselves and invested some back. Now, let me tell you, nobody came out of this system happy. Nobody came out without being hurt. Everyone, including me, lost money in this platform. But what now matters is, how much did you lose? I know in a couple of days, weeks, a lot of people will run out, jump out of the groups. Some people have already started leaving the groups. But I will advise you guys, though it depends on the group you belong to. For me, I would always teach and I would always add value to people, and especially my group members. I take it up upon myself as a leader to teach and to help people succeed in this space. Okay, help people succeed in this space. As time goes on, I'm going to run trainings, free trainings, not asking anybody to pay me, but it's just to educate people. Because when we have many people who are educated in this space, I think we'll be able to and start helping people in the online community and help them spot scams or spot businesses they should not invest in. And also teach people that even if you have to invest in that business, be very careful and know how much you put into that system. I've seen a lot of messages, received a lot of DMs, a lot of people telling me how much they've lost. And it's just so unfortunate, okay? And most of these people, I don't know them. But what has happened has happened. But I still want us to, let's see what happens. But based on some of these things I've shared and I've told you, maybe you have an idea of what is going on in the background. It could turn out well. It could also be the other way. But whichever way, okay, prepare your mind for whatever it is or what is coming, whether it's good or whether it's bad. Whether it's good, whether it's bad. But going forward, there are a lot of things you're going to learn, and it will help you, it will guide you on how to go forward in the online space. Okay? And you see, also note this. A lot of people are afraid building businesses or building things that will take them 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and 5 years. But the truth is that those businesses they would have built 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and 5 years, or even 10 years to come, they will not want to do it. But one thing will surely happen. The 1 year will come and pass, 2 years will come, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Those businesses will still be there, and they will see those businesses and say, if I had known, I would have joined or jumped into this business. And in 5 years that have passed, this is where I would have been. It was like that with a lot of businesses in the online space, in the crypto space. Binance, when Binance came out, people they looked at it like, what is this one and all that. But Binance celebrated 5 years, and Binance had made a lot of people billionaires in dollars, millionaires in dollars, just because they stayed there, remained there, and built. Some people don't want to do that. Everyone wants the fast money, where the money is quick. Let me go in. Maybe if I'm the first person and all that. And then I must tell you, even the person who introduced me to AGT, and also the person who introduced that person, they did not make anything out of AGT. They kept earning this money. They kept building their profile. They kept reinvesting. And as of today, they've made so much money, but none of those monies they made, they don't have it in physical cash as we speak. They didn't withdraw. They kept building. So everybody, almost everybody, is suffering this. If I want to say it or put it in pidgin, everybody will invest for the system. Everybody don't collect. You know? So that is just what it is at the moment. But I don't want anybody to be down, go and think or contemplate suicide or anything or whatsoever. That's the reason I'm speaking to us here. The truth about it is some people also went an extra mile. Said things they were not supposed to say, told people, exaggerated things, and said all sorts of things. And as we speak today, they are not at peace. Some are even thinking of, should they run away from where they are living, or should they just relocate so that people will not come to haunt them. So please, in this space, don't vouch for anybody. Don't try to convince anybody. Like we said, or we've always said in the presentations, don't try to convince anybody. Let what happens, let the result or whatever happens, let it convince them. I must say this to you guys, like I've always said, I have an academy I run since last year, teaching people in the online space about crypto and a lot of these things, how to avoid some of these things. You see, if I take the risk on my own to invest in a platform like this, I own up, it's my responsibility. Whatever I put there, it is me that knows what I put in there. And if it goes, I don't blame anybody. Okay? But do you know one thing I learned? I gave people opportunity to come and learn. And in that academy, I was charging people to pay $100 for a whole year. Similar or other academies who teach the same thing charge as much as $1,500, $300 for a year to teach the same things that I teach. But do you know what? Even people I admitted into that academy that pleaded to be part and that they will pay for that academy to learn. Do you know what happened? Some of them from that October, the application or to register into the academy was supposed to be from, they were given about 3 months. I even gave grace period for people who didn't have the money to pay up, even if it's installmentally, and pay maybe in 3 installments. Some people didn't pay. A few people who valued what I was doing paid. And I must tell you, those people who didn't pay, there are a couple of people that I understand, okay, why they couldn't pay, they didn't have the money. And I still allowed them in the academy. They reached out to me privately and I understood their case. But there are people who had the capacity to pay to be in that academy. They didn't pay. And those same people lost $12,000, 1 million naira, $5,000 within that same period of time that they were supposed to pay. They were just meant to pay $100. But majority of them lost more than $1,000, $12,000, $5,000, 1 million naira in some of those platforms. But the same platform where they were getting knowledge, and my academy, I record every session. If you're unable to attend, I record the session, send it to you, and you go and watch it. And you can always come back and ask questions if you have any issues. But it was then I got to know that people don't value knowledge. People don't value knowledge. They would rather prefer to throw that money away somewhere rather than pay that money to get that knowledge. And one thing with this thing is what you have learned, and you have learned well, it stays with you. Nobody takes it away from you. It remains with you. And you can also teach others. We are few in this space doing this kind of things or teaching people. You can also learn these things, understand it, start teaching people, also set up a platform where you teach people and people pay you to teach them. And you can make a living from there. But most people don't want to learn. And how will you succeed in the online space if you're not willing to learn? How will you succeed? So a lot of people like quick money, fast money, even if it's Ponzi, even if it's scam. Let's go into it. The first set of people that come in will make money and we can cash out and all that. You know, I earned some commissions from AGT. But do you know what? I left those commissions there. I could have decided to withdraw those commissions, but I didn't. I left it there and I said, okay, let this be like a seed or my capital in this business going forward. Whatever I invested to start, I pulled that out. And in my teachings and everything, that's why I was teaching people. See, it doesn't matter if you can make millions or billions in the platform. Let's assume the platform is still here, or even if this platform comes back tomorrow, even if you have the opportunity to make millions and billions, start small. Think of the short term before you start thinking of the long term. In online businesses, go in, make out your capital, pull it out. Let what you're running with be your profit. If anything happens tomorrow, you know that, so be it, fine. I didn't lose anything here. Okay? That's the way to go about online business. If we share legit platforms, some people might say, oh, yes, it's legit, but it's complicated. I don't understand how this works. See, the most important thing is say yes, be part of the system, and then be ready to learn. Ask to be taught. I'm not the kind of upline that will bring somebody to a business and leave them to themselves. No, I always teach. So the question now is, it is now you, left for you to create the time to come and learn, to know what to do. So this is the only way I can help people in this space, is to teach. Is to teach. And I'm not asking anybody to pay anything. If you feel led and you feel, okay, yes, I want to appreciate this person for what he's done, good. If you want to join an advanced class, yes, I could give you a fee or tell you this. But the things I teach in the free class alone is what people are charging thousands or hundreds of dollars as, you know, registration fee to be part of. So please, I just want to say this. Don't do anything to endanger your life. Don't tell people what you're not supposed to tell them. Don't try to convince anybody to be part of any business. A lot of people have reached out to me in the past couple of days. Please, what other businesses do you do? Which one can I join and which one can I do? Some of those people, they might be in this meeting, they will tell you I've not even responded to them. Because for me, it's not for you to just join. The question is, are you willing, are you ready to learn? Because there are some businesses I will not share. If you're just looking for where you throw in your money and go to sleep and not learn or do anything, the truth still remains that You always come back and you want me to be the one to tell you everything, and I may not have that time, and I will not be able to be there for you when you need me one-on-one to attend to you, because I attend to a lot of people. The only way I can attend to a lot of people at the same time is in groups like this, is in meetings like this. I can teach 100 people, 200 people, 1,000 people at the same time. And out of those numbers, 80 or 50% might understand and learn that in the first meeting. Some, it may be in subsequent classes before they become good or experts in that field. And I'll always be there to give support, to answer your questions or guide you where you get it wrong and all that. But the question is, it's better you don't even bring people into certain business, even if it's going to pay them or give them money. But for me, I always ask, are you ready to learn? Are you ready to understand? Do you want to know why this business is legit and why this one is not legit? Do you want to know the difference between centralized systems and decentralized systems? Do you want to know the advantages and disadvantages of both? And then decide for yourself what you want to do eventually, if you want to go ahead with it. There are good centralized systems, there are good decentralized systems. But everything, or where the world is going to now, is more of decentralization, because a lot of centralized systems have dealt with people or have scammed people. But there are centralized systems that are good as well, but it's only to identify it. Okay? So wealth is built layer upon layer. Okay? Tomorrow now, someone else will still come, or another Ponzi scheme will come and all that. And people will jump in there and put in their money there. I'm not one of those people that maybe any company or any CEO can come to and bribe or say, come and let's promote this, let's make money. I'm not in that category. Okay? If I want to make money from a system, let it be the money I invested. Okay? Let me make money from there. If anything comes from maybe commissions based on that, fine. But the primary thing is, I invested in the system, let me make money from the system. So please, education is very important, okay? And if you think it's not, then try ignorance, okay? But it's very, very important, and it will save you a lot in this space. I keep my fingers crossed. Let me wait and see what happens. If AGT will come back, if it won't come back, but whether it does or not, let your mind be prepared. But these are the possible things happening in the background that a lot of people may not know. I'm bold enough to come and say it here because I just want people to think, weigh, and understand. One thing I feel everybody needs is information, okay? Let it not be that you are not even aware of what is going on. But this could be the possible things happening, and we never can tell what will happen or what tomorrow holds as regards AGT. So with that being said, I just want to tell all of us to be strong, be patient, and don't give up, okay? This might be your first online business, and this is the first, how will I put it? You have been baptized. This is your first baptism, okay? A lot of us have lost money online. If I mention a couple of platforms, okay? But the good thing is, every platform I've always joined, I don't lose. And do you know why? Because I have learned and I understand how this space works. Okay, I will give you guys a brief history just from last year. I won't talk about maybe the other 18 or many other years that I've been in the online space. But in the last 2 years alone, we've joined a couple of businesses. Some of us here are even members, or we joined those businesses, or maybe we didn't know ourselves then, but a lot of people invested. I joined IPC with $200 then. And that $200, in a space of few weeks, I grew that $200 to $400 by sharing the opportunity. I withdrew that money and I continued with the business. A few months down the line, I joined December, and then by February, I had made over $20,000 from IPC with just $200. I didn't bring money from anywhere else to invest in the system. I built that system, and I built my trading capital in IPC to $10,000. In 2 months, I had risen to the rank of regional manager, and just about maybe heading into the managerial position, then everything that started happening happened. In that system, when it closed down, I had about $25,000 to $27,000, and also some unpaid bonuses, okay, running to almost $4,000 or $6,000. So I would say my funds or money trapped in IPC were about, let me just round it up to, I always like saying 25,000, because the other bonuses, whether they paid it or they didn't pay it, no problem. But I started with $200, and every other money that I got or put back in that system was generated by that system. And despite the fact that I had that amount trapped in that system, I was still able to physically withdraw up to $20,000 from IPC. And from that $20,000, there are a couple of people I signed into IPC with my own funds. There are people I even did, during my birthday, I did like a giveaway, I did a promo and paid for them to join. I paid for them to join IPC, you know. After IPC went down, I joined another system. I started with $100, built that system. That system is still running up till today. And I grew in the ranks, earned some commissions, used those commissions to purchase the assets in that particular business. It's a cryptocurrency project running. A lot of us know about it. And I kept building. We hold meetings 3 times in a week. There was a time we did a 90 days challenge. We're doing presentations every day, telling people to key into this project. When that coin was being sold at 1 cent, as way back as May last year, many people didn't buy into it. Most of us bought into it. As we speak today, that coin is about between 7 to 8 cents as at today. Okay? And for those people who invested in that project, they've made so much money. My asset in that project today is worth about $150 something. And I'm not even interested or ready to cash out now, because it's a long-term project. It's still growing and it will keep growing. Maybe in the next bull run in the crypto market, maybe that project could hit $1 or surpass $1. And looking at the quantity amassed, or what we have, or what I have, or a couple of other people who are in that business, or we're doing that business together, based on the quantities they have, some people maybe in the next bull run might be $2 million richer, some 500,000, $100,000, and so on. Even people who invested $100, if that coin surpasses $1 in the bull run, some people who have maybe 6,000, 12,000 units of that coin will still be making as much as $12,000, $20,000, depending on. And even as we still speak, now is still a good time for people to invest in that project. But you know what? A lot of people will still not invest because they don't want to be patient. For those who understand the crypto space and how it works, okay? If you know how it works, the crypto space can turn you to a multi-millionaire overnight, okay? There's one of my sisters, I don't know if she's in this meeting. I would have given her the floor to just say a few things or share a few things with some of us here. She's very knowledgeable in the crypto space, and this, what I'm doing, is also what she does, okay? And we educate people. Funny enough, I didn't even know her. I got to know her through AGT. She joined my meetings like this, and she was happy seeing the way I help or teach people, and she decided to contact me. And as God will have it, we happen to come from the same states, okay? We come from the same, local government. We speak the same language. You see, it's a small world. And today we are very close friends. So this is it. This is what we all need in this space. Everyone needs knowledge. So there are a lot of businesses, a lot of them. But are you ready and are you willing to learn so that you can teach others? Because let me tell you one thing. With the way the world is going, for any business you want to do, for anything you're doing, you need people. You need people. You need to build a community around you. All the multi-millionaires, billionaires that you see, they are linked one way or the other. They belong to different clubs together. The 𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗏𝗧𝗬s, the 𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗠𝗧𝗏, the Dangotes, all those people, Mo Abudu, 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗨𝗡𝗜𝗧𝗬, all those people you hear about, they belong to clubs together. They go into business together, they invest together, they do things together. So you need to build a community around yourself. You need to get knowledge and build people around yourself so that when you're going into businesses, you can go in together, go in as a group, make it and come out as well. Okay? Everywhere in the world today, every company needs people. Every company needs people to promote their businesses for them to make money. So let us learn and understand and differentiate between legit businesses and fake businesses and scams. Even though I know that some people will still tell you, now your money, now my risk, make I take them. Anyhow, I won't take them. Let me take the risk. And you never can stop them. But the truth is that if it also turns out well, they celebrate, they rejoice. If it turns out bad, please own up to it, take that responsibility, don't blame anybody. Know that you made up your mind, you decided, and you said you wanted to do this. So this is my advice to everyone this morning. If you still belong to any of those groups, whether it's AGT Nigeria or Arbitrage Global Trading, my own personal group for AGT. Remain in that group. For me, when I confirm and I know that AGT is truly gone for good, I will convert that group to another group and use it to teach people and for people to learn. For those who want to remain there and learn and get information on the online space, fine. For those who don't want to be there, you are free to exit the group. And that is it. That's the much I can do. And this is the much I can say for today and for now. So that is it. And let me see if okay, I don't think she's here. Madam Grace, are you here? If you're here, kindly unmute, but if you're not here, let me call up somebody to just say one or two things. And then if we have questions, you can raise your hand and I'll give us the floor. It won't take so much time. I'll give us the floor. I'll ask you to unmute and then speak. So if you have any questions, raise your hand. But Grace Joseph, are you here? If you're not here, if you're here, unmute yourself. But if you're not here, let me proceed. Okay, I don't think she's here. Mr. Coyote, do you have anything to say? Mr. Coyote, are you there? Unmute your mic, sir.
Good morning.
Mr. Coyote, are you there?
Good morning. Good morning.
That's not Mr. Coyote. Please mute your mic.
Okay.
I'll call you up when I need you. Okay, maybe Mr. Coyote is not close to his phone. Okay, so let's go ahead. Mr. 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗨𝗡𝗜𝗧, unmute your mic. 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗨𝗡𝗜𝗧. Okay, Mr. Salam, go ahead. If I call you up and you don't answer, I won't give you the floor again. Mr. Salam, go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Thank you very much. Once again, good morning. And then I just want to thank you for the leadership role you always take. And then from the beginning to this time that we have now, you have spoke, and then you have spoke very, very well. And then I just want to add this, especially as you said earlier, for the new builds, especially those ones that this is their first online business that they are doing. And then it looks like uncertainty is about to happen. If AGT come back, so be it. If it does not, we take it and then we move on. But we that we already into some other online business, it is good for us, we can say this. But to some other guys here, especially new ones, that this is their first time, they may not likely take it like that, but there's nothing anybody can do. It is part of experience. And then you made mention something earlier that there's some other legit business that you and I knows, and then you know that we knows that we are into. But if you introduce it to some people, some of them will say that the profit that they are bringing is so small, and then they may not likely do it. They may even tell you that the package that we are selling is so high. They may not likely not do it. In fact, you made the one that caught my mind. I think I have to say this, Mr. Ivis. There is some crypto stuff that we are into, both of us, and then you know the one I'm talking about. You know what really happened? Just day before yesterday, when I begin to see uncertainty about the AGT, it has been long that I log into that very particular wallet. I just say that let me just check. Do you know what happened yesterday? When I check my back office, I got to see a kind of some dollars there. I say, hey, so this thing still bring dollar without. In fact, it has been long almost 2 months. I check it, and then I go into it. Day before yesterday, I got to cash out some kind of money that, in fact, almost cover what I invest in AGT. That is, some thousand things almost happened. So, and then even the one I invested in AGT, I took it from somewhere. The legit business that we are doing, that you know that I know. I took some of profit from there. I put it in AGT. But when I'm putting it in AGT, I had it in mind. If a certain thing happen, so be it. If it does not happen, I will thank God. But they may come back, as you rightly said. They may not come back as we are taught. But one thing I want us to know is that if they come back, we are all happy. Especially those new ones. If they don't come back, don't see it as you are fall down, maybe you cannot rise up again. No, I disagree with you. Some of us, we have been falling down several times, but here we are today. We can be able to boast some legit business that we are doing, that we have rest of mind, that no matter what, on daily basis, on monthly basis, we are going to come out with something. And then our money is in our possession, but we are just taking all these kind of things like AGP. We decentralize our portfolio. We don't want to put our egg in one basket. That is why we put it everywhere that we see. But we put something that we know that even if it go other way around, it's not going to weigh us down. In fact, for the fact that we even put it from somewhere and putting it not from the real money that we any money, is the profit that we get from the legit one, and then we put it there. And then if it comes to producing another income for us, we're happy. But as it is, they may come back and then they may not come back. If they don't, we move. And then I just want us to learn. It's a learning process. So I'm just talking to the new ones here. Just take it the way it is, and then don't see it. And then start. Don't even go and meet somebody that introduces you to AGT and begin to call him name or her name. That you know this. No, it is not like that. You cannot see something that will go astray and then bring it into it. What of if AGT continue and then the profit continue to come to your pocket? Are you going to share it to that person? No. You can only say thank you, only thank you. But if you go the way around, don't go and abuse that person. Don't even think I want to go and arrest that person. No, it is not good, because it has happened to me before. But when I now got to see the legit one, Mr. Elvis, I dare not to tell that person that arrested me. And then today, he may have his money. I have a platform that can give him a legit money, but I can't share it to that person again. That is it. Thank you once again, as your leadership always sing. God bless you, my brother.
Thank you, sir. Alexander Osuchukwu. Alexander.
Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Elvis.
Good morning, sir.
I just want to appreciate you for the presentation. You know, a friend just invited me. Though I didn't start from the beginning, but I've learned a lot. But I could see that you were very quick to share experience with in IPC. But that's where you have some negative experience. But there's a program you say you joined where you are making money. You did not tell us about it. And some of us don't have your personal number to connect with you personally. So I would have loved you to be open also on that.
Okay, sir.
God bless
Hold on. The truth is this. Okay?
Okay.
I don't come to platforms like these to advertise. Most people who are here, I don't know them. They came through people. And I'm this kind of person that I don't take people's downlines or whatever. Okay? But I know people are free to do whatever they want to do. And I belong to some of these groups. I have my reasons for telling people not to chat me privately. If you have been in my trainings, like the couple of trainings I've done in the past few days, I've given people a phone number to contact me with if they need help or anything as regards the online space. Okay? You see, when it comes to business, like I said, anybody who is ready and willing to learn, if you are in the group and you are willing to learn, if I call for meetings, I call for trainings and you attend, maybe in that meeting and in that training, I will share a couple of things. But I will not just come to the public and start saying, join this, join that, and all that. No, I'm not here to take anybody or take. I know that if I give you my number or I give people my number or give them that privilege to reach out to me and I introduce them to whatever it is I'm doing, I know they will join, I would make money and all that, but I'm not that kind of person, okay? Maybe in our subsequent meetings and all that, okay, you may get to know. But this is a community. We may not have known from anywhere, but we now know each other today through AGT. Let's continue to remain in that community. If for any reason the admins of those groups decide to dissolve that group or end that group, I'm a member in that group. You are also a member. Everybody who joined this meeting here today, they belong to either of those two groups. One of them is my personal group. One of them is AGT Nigeria group. My own group, I'm not pulling it down. AGT Nigeria doesn't belong to me. I'm just an admin there. But my number is there. You can chat me up. You can reach out to me. But like I said, even if you reach out to me, I would direct you to a group where you would learn. And it's from that group that you get to hear or know anything about any business. That's the most I can do, okay, to help anybody in this space.
It's all right. Thank you so much.
It's all right.
I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Mr. Bamidele.
Oh, Elvis. Thank you very much. Well, for me, I'm not interested talking about AGT anyway. Yeah, it's nothing new. It's just one of those things, and I don't want to bother myself about that. The only thing I only bother myself about Elite Two is, um, well, yeah, I've also wish. Let's see what happens. Then can get back to the few people I brought in and creating to them. Even though I told them from the beginning, they must be responsible for decisions to join. So I understood that from the beginning. When it comes to online space, scripting and all that, I've gathered a whole lot of experiences, and that's why I can start forms, I can talk in seminars, regarding any project I join. I have several other ones, and I also believe that with time, there are things we also going to do together anyway. That's just the truth about it. Just that I love learning. I love learning a lot. I don't shy away from it. If I know it, I also want to know more because there might be things that you're not paying attention to that you may be paying attention to that. I always listen to trainings and all that. I've already seen the number we used yesterday during our training for a Binance trust model. No problem. I also share the fact that you are going to link that your group open. So if eventually AGT decided to do the way we are all thinking it would go, so that we can maintain it and use it for something more productive, and I would love to be part of that. I
Exactly.
would love to be part of that. And like I said, there are that I strongly believe we need to do together. Anyway, after a while, there will be a discussion on that. Above all, I just want to thank you. I don't know if there are other admins or leaders or whatever ambassadors actually doing exactly what you're doing. I don't know. But I know that I'm trying to join the group because I listened to what you said and I checked your profile. That's what attracted me. I like dealing with people who understand what it is when it comes to crypto space, online businesses, and all that, because that's what I've been for the past 15, 20 years. And I like dealing with people of like mind like that. And that's why I decided to join. Remember, you asked me, how do you know about AGT? I got about it via Facebook and all that. Yeah, but I wasn't really ready to do anything. I was waiting for something that I'm sure understand when I'm talking and be on the same data, the same understanding, the same space, and understand it. So once again, thank you very much. Just keep it
All
up.
right. Thank you, sir.
Let's do things together. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. So the group will continue to be open. The group, I'm not shutting down that group. Okay. Um, we never can tell. Okay, what if AGT comes back? Okay, the group should still be there. It's only when we are sure and it's confirmed that AGT is gone, then I will change the name of the group to something else and then use that group to help educate people and also share maybe legit opportunities and things, for them to join. Okay, so the group will always remain. Okay, but for other people, they might decide to want to shut down the group and all that. No problem. Okay, so for now, we still hope or believe that we are um, in the season to wait for updates or to get to hear from the CEO and maybe as updates come. So let the group remain the way it is for now. Anybody who wants to reach me can reach out to me privately from those groups. Okay. At least for now, I can answer questions, I can talk to people, but in the past few days, I didn't want to until I'm sure the direction. So from now till the next 13 days, while we still wait to hear 13 business days, let me put it that way, let's wait to see what happens and then we'll know where to go from there. Mr. Olatunde Kainde.
Sorry, Elvin. Do you mind dropping the number? Go ahead and drop it for those who may be interested and want to contact you. The second number, not the business number I meant.
Okay, no problem. I'll do that. I'll
All
drop
right.
it in the chat box. All right. So, Olatunde, go ahead.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
Thank you very much for noticing us. For my own, I believe that AGT they will never run away because as the CEO of the company said, they don't invite anybody because of the bonus or anything.
Mhm.
And came out to approach people maybe a week ago. Please let everybody just have the patience and have the belief that AGT is coming back. That is my own belief.
It's
Thank you,
all
sir.
right. Thank you, sir. Okay, so I've dropped the number in the chat box. Okay, and for those who want to take the number, you can chat me on that WhatsApp. It's my normal WhatsApp, but the one I'm using in the AGT group is my WhatsApp business. Okay, for those who want to reach out privately, you can contact me on that number. Mohammed Sule, go ahead. Mohammed Sule, are you there? I'll move to the next person.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity. And I thank you also very much for your presentation. Your presentation is always superb. Just like the former speaker, I don't believe that AGT is gone. By God's grace, it will come back. That is our belief. And should have that positive belief. And even if it is gone, we should be ready to accept whatever God brings our way. There are other opportunities. Life continues, so we should not be despaired. That is my advice. Another thing is your WhatsApp group. I don't know whether I can put the link for your WhatsApp group so I can join you there. Thank you.
Okay, let me. Glory, is Glory here? Glory Bassi.
I'm here, sir. I'm here,
Please
present.
help me copy that WhatsApp group link and post it in the chat box. Thank you. Okay, Chidebere, go ahead.
Okay, sir.
Yeah,
Okay.
Chidebere, go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, go ahead.
I want to thank you once again for the doggedness to encourage us. This is the second time I've been in this kind of stuff. But this time, no retreat, no surrender. I have to learn it myself so I can do it by myself. And I believe with your group and your coaching, I'll be a better person tomorrow. I can even be on my own and be doing the trading through Binance, buying and selling.
Yes, sir.
And to thank you for the encouragement, for your courageousness, doggedness in keeping this team together. Even though the Indian man may have done what he has done, for me, I've zeroed my mind. It's just I've brought lots of people into it. For me, I've zeroed my mind. It's God that will judge all of us.
Exactly.
For me to start from cryptocurrency, from online space, this is now my beginning. Even though I've been scammed 2 times. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It could also be, like I always say, I'm a very positive-minded person. I don't allow negativity. That's why in my groups, I don't tolerate people coming to say things they're not supposed to say, because negativity is contagious and positivity is also contagious. So if you stay around positive people, you always be positive. Okay? So for me, I'm a positive-minded person and I believe the best and that anything can happen in this space. AGT may go or AGT may come back. There's still an open mind and I want everybody here to have that positive mindset, okay? Irrespective of what you see or whatever has happened, okay? Irrespective of that, just be positive-minded, okay? I'll do my best to help everyone in this community teach, let you know what you need to know. At the end of the day, okay, the decision is always yours as a person to make, okay? So, but on my own part, I'll do the best I can for everyone here. So, I go to the next person.
Slides have been shifted as the same text.
Sir?
Ignore, please.
Okay, so again, I'll also say this. Maybe this is how God wanted us to meet. Maybe through AGT, God has brought us together to meet and get to know each other. So that should also be a plus, okay? Maybe without AGT, you guys wouldn't have known me. So take it that way and be positive-minded always. Olumide Agbede. Mr. Olumide.
Okay, yeah, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Coach. Yeah, it's a privilege for me to join this group or this training. Although I've been in your group for a while, it's just I feel it's a privilege, and I'm a little bit choked up with a lot of activities. But now, notwithstanding, you've spoken all right. You've said a lot of things about online. I've also from years now, and you have seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. But we thank God, one, we keep on moving. Life itself is a risk, and it is even risk here for we not to take risk. As you have rightly said, we notice that the rich, they get richer, and the poor, they get poorer because of opportunities. When you see an opportunity and you don't key in, you'll be biting your feet. As we said, we don't know the status of AGT as it stands, but we believe we are hoping that we will still get the best. Let's assume we now invest, and after 3 months, we are millionaires. People will be saying, where did you guys get this money? So, understood, we are not taking the risk together, and this won't be the last. So, my question is just this. You said there are some negative business, although you have sent your link now, I've joined the other link. You said they are negative businesses. So, if you are, although you say you can't say everything, but this is just a meeting, just to open our eyes to things. It would be nice if you can share those opportunities. I, for one case, am into crypto, full-time crypto. There are also some crypto I've done in the past, and there was no ending. Like this Xaarex now, I don't even know what is happening with it. But you made mention of also one that you said that what the token at maybe this 7 cents or so. So I would like to get that. I even want to buy more coin of that new opportunity. Yeah, crypto, I so much believe in crypto. So I would like to really share in more light on crypto because that is where the future is. And also, if you don't mind, you can also share more on this
Web3. Please mute your mic. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, you can also share more light on this Web3, this artificial intelligence, then spot trading and future trading. Because if you also know how to trade, at least I believe we won't be going into all these kinds of things. If we also know how to trade, it will be a long way. So if you also have an idea about this trading, you can also put it to us. Let's learn it and also do it on our own. It will go a long way. Yeah, I know, like this is a guy of the
It's okay, sir.
So that's just what I want to drop. Thank you very much.
All right, so that we don't take more than. Okay, you can mute your mic, sir. You can mute. Another thing I'm going to do is, the bull run will be coming up next year. For those who are in this group and who have joined this group, I'm going to share a lot with us. And like you said, I know there are people who may not be patient and all that, want to know what next can they do and all that. Okay, so I'm going to teach us what to do, not just teach us, and also show us some kind of cryptocurrencies you can invest in. You can buy them and keep them between now and this time next year. Some of those cryptocurrencies will make a lot of people multimillionaires, even in dollars. It all depends on the quantity that you're able to buy or you can afford. I'll share those things with us and going forward, okay? So join the group. Glory, share the group link again. For those that want to join, let them join. Then from that group, okay, I would share another group link. From that particular AGT group, I would share another group link. The group link that is in this chat box now, click that one and join that group. My own personal AGT group. So from that personal AGT group, I will send another group link. Maybe not today, but just be in that group. You'll get updates and you'll know the things you need to do, the businesses you can invest in. Now, there are also, see, this is it. There are businesses I'm involved in that gives you knowledge or teaches you how to do things on your own. There are also the ones that you invest in and you earn money, okay? But I always tell people, while you're doing the one that is earning you money, also do the one where you learn and get the knowledge for yourself. So that if it gets to a time that you need to start doing things on your own, you end up doing those things on your own. Okay? See, believe me when I tell you this. If you learn that skill, you can even sit down on your own with your own $100,000, $200,000, learn the skill, go into the market, make money for yourself, make 1%, 2%, 3% for yourself in a day, and you go and close for that day. And you don't give your money to any system. Okay? Some of us are very busy. That's why you see a lot of people invest in different platforms. They just want where they put money, leverage, and let the money, generate something for them, no matter how little. Okay? But going forward, please, like I said, wealth is built layer upon layer. There are some things you can do today and start building today. And by this time next year, you and your old generation will be completely out of poverty. But you just need to be patient. People will always lose money in the fast system. People will always lose money in the fast system. So please take note of that. So, Mr. Frank, go ahead.
Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Elvis.
Good afternoon.
Thank you so much for encouraging. This meeting is very encouraging. So about AGT, you said the CEO is on the WhatsApp group. So if AGT didn't come back, is there a way we can maybe report the WhatsApp account? And secondly, for Telegram, since he has deleted his account, how are we going to know that AGT is back? Thank you so much.
Okay. If he comes back, he will definitely come back and he would open the WhatsApp or Telegram channel again, and he will definitely communicate with people. Okay? There must be a way of communicating, okay, when he comes back. But for me, let's just wait and see what happens. In terms of reporting his WhatsApp number, he was not promoting anything on WhatsApp. His WhatsApp number is just there. If you want to chat him privately, fine. But going to report his number will not change anything. Anybody can decide to change WhatsApp number and all that. The reason why I didn't say certain things in my voice note is because I know he's in that group. You understand? And of course, I know he would not even join this meeting. And even if he joined, I would know. Okay? So that's why I said there are certain things I wouldn't say there and rather say them here. Okay? So it's well. Like I also said, you see, leadership, you have to be very wise. And per time, you need to know what you do, what you say, and when you say it. Okay? When the group was opened yesterday, when that group was opened and some people started posting all sorts of things there and all that, I was like, all these things these people are posting, did they know that this man is in this group and is watching these things? And what if what he even said is true? Okay? That the people he felt he could trust or the people he could work with are now going behind him and doing things. Like I always say, we're all humans, okay? We are first humans before any other thing, okay? So anybody can feel bad with some of the things that have happened. Maybe the possible scenario of what I said, that he's having issues with people he's working with. Maybe he actually wants to pay people. Maybe the other person does not want the money to go through. Maybe they are trying to agree within themselves. Maybe the other person wants a payoff and wants to leave and know that, oh, let me go and do other things. Maybe he's not accepting that. I never can tell. We don't know what the possible scenario could be in all these things, okay? But let's just be patient, okay? And let's see what happens and what plays out at the end of the day, okay? I don't want to give anybody a bad name, but the only thing I said to him, and the message and the voice note I sent to him is, you're a public figure. You brought people together. You should address the community. That you built a system, yes, fine, but you're not doing people favors. People invested money into the system. People believed in you and brought their money to the system. And that is what has built and grown the system to what it is. Even if you have the best product in the world, once people don't subscribe to it, it becomes nothing. So I feel that you should address the community, you should talk to the community and all that. He could be going through a lot now, mentally, psychologically. You know, if it's actually true that people betray you or, betray your trust, of course, you as a human, you feel somehow. So I also believe, let us give him time. But if eventually he doesn't do that at all and he decides to run from there, so be it. But for me, I won't call him or give him a bad name or say anything and all that about him. I would just allow him to do the right thing and do the best thing that he should have done, which is address the community and let everyone know the true state of things and possibly when we would be coming back, okay? So that is it. You know, a lot of people might have already gone ahead to report him, report the system and all that. You know, you never can tell. So let us wait. What I always tell people is, you see, there are certain actions you might take in anger because you are angry about something. You did not think it through, but you do not know that this action you take, it could affect every other person who is in the system in a negative way. Okay? And we all just need to be patient. Okay? Okay, what if somebody has reported him, he's picked up, Interpol picks him or FBI picks him and all that? What do you think will happen? Do you even think or do you know if maybe that will just be the end? You may not even know what happens or the end of the case or whatever happens. And that will still be it. The system will go like that. Okay? So for me, I always plead for calm, and people should exercise patience and just see how everything plays out at the end of the day. So talking about reporting him or his WhatsApp number, it won't change anything. That's my take. Okay? So thank you, Mr. Frank. Mr. 𝗡𝗜𝗚𝗘𝗏𝗓. Mr. Taiwo.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay, Mr. Aziz. Thank you very much for the training so far and the presentation. A lot of people have made different comments on this issue. And I appreciate all comments. I appreciate your effort. We just need to know that sometimes it's like that. You know, the online space has a lot of opportunities, and at the same time, it has a lot of disadvantages, as you've seen. Let's be optimistic that AGT will come back. Like you rightly said, we don't know what the young man is facing right now. But let us give him time and pray that God will show crown support and our effort as well. But in addition to what I want to say, I will suggest that the group, you understand, and the training that you're giving us, I want to plead that please kindly let this continue. Let's sustain that knowledge. Let's sustain that training because we've gained a lot, and I believe that we still need to gain more. You understand? Thank you that AGT brings us together. There are a lot of things that some of us don't know on the online space, and through this effort, we're able to gather some information and some intelligence. So I will appeal that let's continue with the knowledge that you're giving us so that on our own we can also exploit opportunities there and build investments in our own. So let's be patient. Let's believe in God. Let us be optimistic. Let's pray that everything comes out well.
Yes,
So
sir.
that's the little addition I want to make. Thanks for the effort. Thanks to everyone.
I will.
Yeah, thanks.
I will definitely do that, and
All right.
I will. If that's the only thing I can do to help people who have lost in this space, I will do that. No problem. And someone asked in the chat box, this meeting is recorded. If you joined late, I will post it in the groups, and you can go back and watch it. A lot has been said here. A lot has been shared here. Okay. Some of the so-called admins, some of them have even started leaving the group. Some people, their duty is just to bring people to a system and platform and leave them to themselves and abandon them. But for me, I just felt I should, inform people, let them know the true state of things, and that things could also change, and then they could also gain knowledge in this space. They should not run away and leave the group, okay, and then miss out on the many other things that will come out of this, okay? So please, everyone should be patient. You might have lost here, or probably maybe you have not even lost, because we don't know what the future holds with AGT. But whichever way, just know that being here and being part of this, that what you will gain in the long run will be far more greater than anything you may have lost. That I guarantee you, okay? Pearl, Wura Ola Ayodele, go ahead. That's the last hand I'm seeing, and we will stop with that. Pearl, are you there? Or mute your mic.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Adu. Wow. I don't even know where to start from, because it's just quite unfortunate that we all find out in this intimate. For those still saying that AGT is coming back, please let us have the AGT is never coming back. And I have proof and facts. In the first place, the reason I joined AGT was because of Mr. 𝗡𝗚𝗘𝗥𝗜𝗔. I've actually been following up with you and Engineer Enel since last year, going to a year now, in 𝗡𝗚𝗪𝗔, a wonderful project that we've been doing together. I have been following you up, and I've been listening to your teaching, and I see it that it's very, very amazing. When this AGT of a thing was launched, someone introduced it to me. I turned it down. I said never. After I lost my money in IPC, POTP, APCB, I made up my mind. But when I now saw you drop the link in your group, oh my God, when I saw it, and I know the kind of person you are, that it's very unusual of you to promote something. When I saw it, I was just last week, I was moved. And the way you were promoting it, and I joined the group, the way you were promoting it, I look at it that it's like there's a kind of evidence of maybe this thing is real or not. Because I don't want to mention someone's name. And see, if you actually said this from the beginning, you said that it was not, that it's something. That they were not using any liquidity tools, the money is not in dinners, blah, blah, blah. Immediately, AGT heard that. Since he heard a meeting with people, trying to deceive people by telling them that Binance will soon have problems, that doesn't want to leave all the money in Binance, even if using different payment gateway. Oh, I just crap. In fact, let me tell you, his name is not even wrong. Me seeing that name inside your business is even making me to be annoyed. This guy's name is not wrong. His name is Xaarex. He was being paid by some Nigerian cartel to run that business. Information is ongoing. All the number that he is using, the Telegram number, the WhatsApp number, they are Google generated number. I forwarded to my brother in US, they check the number, those number does not exist. So for people still saying it's coming back, it's not coming back. Do you know why I'm saying? I'm saying because I invested a lot of money, thousands of dollars, and I followed there was a statement we dropped in the group that the best way someone can quickly cut out money is to do the 15 days. That was the reason I had to go for that 1,005, and I want to do it for just 15 days. I got my money out because I was not actually going for that 60 days because I'm not that confused. I'm not convinced that it's not a scam. But when I saw you promoting it, I looked at it that before you can promote such business, you will have done your thorough check. That was the reason I felt for it. That is just the simple truth. So for those saying it's coming back, it's no, I can bet with my eyes, it's not coming back. When you go to that Telegram group, when you click one of the admins, when you click on that group info, it will take you to the group of 87 that I can't yet. They are scammers. They are Nigerian. It's a Nigerian thing. They only pay that guy to run that business. We have facts. Also, the ambassadors.
Let me address
they are doing their and they want to go after. It's not coming back. I would prefer you saying that name. Please, getting me pissed or when that name.
Let me address that. And it's not something you get emotional about, okay? It's not everybody here or anyone who joined this system, okay? They knew the risk they were taking. If I promoted the business, I did, and I never told you I didn't promote it. I invested as well. And I've always said, don't take my word for it. When we take
your own research,
when we take risk, we ask people to also do their own research. Okay? We belong to businesses together. That business is okay for you. You're doing it. You're earning money. If you joined another one and it didn't work for you, okay, you shouldn't come blaming anybody. Anybody who tells me, oh, I joined this platform because of you, then that person is joining because they want to shift responsibility at the end of the day. Like I said, nobody came out of this place unhurt. If you lost money, everybody here lost money, okay? Yours might even be minimal compared to what every other person has lost, okay? As you see me, I invest in lots of businesses, okay? You will not say because you see Elvis in this business, then you must do the business. If I'm willing to take certain risks, it's not a must that you must take those risks with me. Like I said, even in the groups you say we belong to, we teach. You've learned a lot from me. You've learned a lot from Engineer Ernest and many other leaders as well. The decision, and based on the knowledge you have or the things you've learned, if you're taking a decision based on that, you should know what to do and what not to do. Okay? So, for me, I think saying that, for me, I just think maybe you want to blame someone for what has happened. And if you say it is not coming back, based on what you think you know, or what information or investigations you've done, most of those things you've said, they are just speculations. Okay? I must tell you the truth. It's been flying around. Like that's why I said in the beginning of my meeting, a lot of people are saying a whole lot of things, but I've also said some things here to you that you don't have access to or you don't even know. This could be what is causing issues in the system. Not even because the payment gateway cannot pay. Okay? Because he can decide to change and decide to use Binance to make payment. He can decide to use any other platform to make payments. Okay, so you are not sure. Everybody is just saying or is just speculating. That's why I said, please wait this out and see what happens. I won't make certain statements so that tomorrow, it won't be that when AGT comes back, people will start swallowing what they said. When I'm not sure about something, you don't expect me to come and say, oh, this is this, that is that. I won't. I would only tell you based on my own informed opinion and what I know. Okay? So please, man, don't blame anybody. Okay? You could have, you know that the other businesses we are doing is good, and you know that you could have also invested that amount of money you brought to AGT, to that platform. But the reason why you came to AGT is because you also felt you make more money, or AGT will pay you better money, or you make quick money. So the decision was yours. Please, don't blame anybody. Take responsibility and let it just be like that as we keep learning and proceeding forward in this space. Thank you. Mr. 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗥𝗜𝗚 Joshua, you're the last person, and then I'll give Mr. 𝗡𝗜𝗠𝗥𝗜𝗚 the floor. 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗥𝗜𝗚 Joshua, go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Yes, sir.
I've been following the program, learning a little bit from you. The group I joined is in ADC Nigeria, AGT Nigeria. So some of those links you say you're sending, I check it there, it's not there, and I cannot follow it up. What the phone number you sent, and even other group you say that. I don't know how we are going to do it, so that I can join both the number you sent and the other group you send there.
Please, sir, check the message box. Check the message box. Okay. There's a WhatsApp group link that has been posted there by Glory Bassi. Check the chat box. Maybe you just joined, but if you had joined the meeting earlier, if you check the chat box, you see the WhatsApp group link there, and you can join the WhatsApp group link, and then we'll take it up from there.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, sir. Mr. 𝗡𝗜𝗠𝗥𝗜𝗚, go ahead, sir. Mr. 𝗡𝗜𝗠𝗥𝗜𝗚𝗚, you can unmute, sir.
Is it my own 𝗡𝗜𝗠𝗥𝗜𝗚𝗓, sir?
Yes, sir. We don't have any other 𝗡𝗜𝗠𝗥𝗜𝗓 here. Right, I thought you just wanted to say something or had to. I'd called you up earlier, but you were not here.
Oh, sorry, I was not paying attention. I had a call with Mr. Gbenga, so I was trying to let him know, look, nobody's to blame. And anyway, I mean, what happened, I did something on the database, and they just gave me a notice 2 days ago that the change has been effected. So those people asking for 15 days, really, it's possible in that line of IT updating information on a public database like that, or on an electronic database. It will take time because this is blockchain things. It has to be transparency to every party that look, they are going to make this change. Withdrawal is not going to be like this again. It's now going to be quarterly or weekly or by percentiles, 15% or 25%. But the only thing I just want to ask, is it not possible to go to Binance? Because one of the convincing criteria then for some of us was that they said their liquidity, Binance was a liquidity provider. I don't know, I think I heard them say that. So
not that Binance is a liquidity provider, but for business
or the liquidity pool, yes. the liquidity pool was resident with Binance.
Exactly.
So maybe couldn't we go to Binance and make a report that look, these particular people before it is too late, because they can't move out all that money at once. So I want to see us, because this thing hits all of us, okay?
Exactly.
Whether we have $1,000, whether we have $10,000, whether we have $200, whether we have $50,000, it hits all of us.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a scam coming one too many. Okay, so there are knowledgeable people in this space. I mean, just like you are a repertoire of knowledge for all the things that you do for all of us, teaching us about Binance and all that in the online space. There will also be other people who know about these things, about security, whereby we can actually approach Binance, make a report, just like when we do a normal transaction on Binance and we do an appeal and Binance freezes that asset, and then they do their own investigation and all that.
Okay,
Since
so
Binance is a
let me.
liquidity pool for AGT,
Yes,
I
yes.
think we should make a formal report to say we're having this problem. This is what, let them freeze that money.
Okay, now let me say this. All these things you're saying are things I know. These are things that have been done in the past. But like I always say, sometimes it is good to be patient. You know, it's always easy for people to see negativity first or project the bad than the good. For me, we should always know that for every action, there will be a reaction. Okay? And if people start going now, like I said, nobody can say or nobody can tell exactly what is going on. But in everything that you hear or one or the other, there might be truth in it. It may also be a lie. But eventually, what I'm saying is patience is important, is a virtue. If people go to Binance, it's not disputed whether they had the liquidity pool. Binance, if they don't have a liquidity pool, they would not get that verification from Binance that AGT has a liquidity pool. That message will not even be sent to them. Okay? It is because they do and it was approved. That is why that message was sent. Now, people can go and do findings on Binance about the liquidity pool to confirm this company and all that. You can chat support and all that. But please, you guys should also know that there are processes to things. If people now go ahead and ensure that that account is locked or that account is reported, and Binance decides to report to the security agencies, it does not automatically mean that once that funds is confiscated, that our money will come back to us. It is not guaranteed that that money will come back. The security agencies or the government or whatever, they might just term it a scam and maybe probably confiscate that money. We will all suffer for it. So let's be knowledgeable about some of these things before we go ahead to do something. It happened with IPC. When people started setting up committee to investigate, to do this, to do that, and you see, what you do when you start doing these things is, for somebody who is a thief or who is a criminal or who is bad or has a bad intent, let me tell you, they will always be one step ahead of you. They will always be faster than you. In fact, they think 10 times or 5 times ahead of you. So before you would even effect your own move, they've done what they need to do. Me, I always like to give people the benefit of doubt. Okay? Whatever happens, fine. But for those who feel, make we go report this platform, make them see whether they fit confiscate the money and all that. How many have they confiscated? And how many did you see?